Hey everybody. I am working on putting together my St. Patrick's Day soap. So what we're going to be doing today is a rainbow, and it's going to be a layered rainbow. So I have my rainbow colors here, and I am using Nurture soap, micas today. And here in Canada, I can get them at Suds and Cents. So this is the red that I'm using. I'm using the Trial by Fire red because I've heard that it is a true red, and all of the other micas that I'm using are Nurture soap as well. So we've got orange and yellow and green apple and blue peacock and soft violet. I thought, well, I'll just use the same color, same company's micas to make this soap. And what I'm doing between the layers is I have a shimmery gold mica here, and I'm going to be doing a gold mica line in between the layers. So let's get these out of the way. I'm going to mix up my soap batter. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be dividing my soap batter into individual amounts. So I have measured out my oils, I've measured out my lye solution, and I have calculated them both together and divided that by 6 because I have 6 colors, and I know that I need 229 grams of soap batter for each color. This is my pre-measured oils. I've got them all melted and ready to go. And my lye solution. So add our lye solution to our oils and give it a quick mix. There we are. I strain it out and then mix my micas in as I go. I don't want this to thicken up too fast. So we need 229 grams of this. And then in this first layer, we will be mixing the purple or soft violet mica, it's called. Now, my micas I've got pre-dispersed into oils from my batch. Now, having said that these are new to me, I am now realizing that I am going to need more than what I got dispersed. So I'll just add them as I go here. I got these little jars. They're spice jars. I got these little jars from Amazon. They're the cutest little things. And they're perfect because they're glass. So they, I don't have to worry about them melting or anything like that. Not that I would really need to worry about that too much anyway because it's mica, but I use them for a variety of things, to be honest. So it's kind of nice to have something that's glass. All right. And there is my first color. Get my stick blender back in here and make sure that I've got all blended up. And I do want this to go to a medium trace because it's a layered soap. So, oh, and my other soap, I blended it just a little much, but that's okay. Because it's thickening up fairly quickly on me. Which is a bit of a surprise. My soap studio is in the process of being developed, and it will be off-grid. So, place I'm soaping today is my mother's kitchen, because we live on their property, and it is too cold outside at the moment to be working in the studio. So you see that I am in my mother's kitchen. Now, I just check to see if you can see this. And in goes my purple. Bottom layer of my rainbow soap. Oh, shoot. Alright, bit of a hiccup. I forgot to add my fragrance oil, but that's okay. I can add it as I go. And we are using something called Celestial from Island Escape Fragrances for this one. I can't see if you can see that. Yes, you can. I just added it to the purple, and I will add it individually to each of the layers because I'm not sure at this point how it's going to behave. It's the first time I've used it, but it smells so amazing. Okay. And my mold, it isn't actually dirty. If you can see that, I actually started to pour the violet into it before I remembered I hadn't put the fragrance in, so I dumped it back out. And there we go. Purple layer is in. Let's get it flattened out so that we can get the mica line in there. Pardon the animals in the background. They are not in the room with me. They are in the next room, and I'm home alone with them. So every sound they hear outside, you will hear them bark. And I'm not worried about it being flat. A little bit of texture goes a long way to creating interest. So here we go. Add the gold for the mica line. I don't normally do mica lines, so I'm kind of winging it. If anybody who's watching knows the proper procedure on how to do a mica line, please do not hesitate. Let me know if I'm doing it right or wrong, because I am not attached to being right on something that I have no clue about. All right, so let's wipe this up and we'll get started on the blue. I'm not going to worry about cleaning out my measuring cup because I am not measuring the container itself. I am simply tearing it out. And because this is already thickened or thickening, I am just going to spoon it in. Set that off to the side. I'll leave this here so that I can add my fragrance. And this is the blue Peacock. And I will likely need to add more of this as well. Actually, I think that looks pretty good. I will add just a little more, I think, but it's not too bad. I'll get my stick blender in there. Color. I love it. I'm going in order of color, so that's why I'm not too concerned about colors mixing, because purple makes up blue or blue makes up purple and also makes up green, which will be our next color. All right, I'm going to pour it onto my spatula just so I don't get any breakthrough. You know what? It's thick enough that I probably don't even need to worry about it. Soaping with warmer oils than I normally do, which is why I'm getting the quicker thickening, I think. normally soap much cooler than I am right now. It's going to be a vibrant blue. I love it. All right, let's get it leveled out a bit. And we will smack it down a little to make sure that there's no air bubbles under there. And add a mica line. Excuse that noise, that was my iPad hitting the floor. There we go. And we'll set that aside and do the same with the green. All right, let's give the green a bit of a wee mix, and we'll pour it in. A little more, because like with the soft violet and the blue peacock, I didn't quite have enough. There we go. That looks a little better. Now, I don't think I'm going to use the stick blender this time to thicken this. I think if I leave it a little bit fluid, it will go across this a whole lot nicer. And I was right. And I think this time I will take a moment and just give my pitcher a bit of a rinse out. Because it's getting pretty mucky at the funnel. There we go. There we go. All right. I'm just going to give my pitcher a quick rinse and I will be right back. So now we will get started on the yellow. This is still pretty fluid, which I'm really impressed with. Now, I do a lot of listening to other soapers, and I do know that yellow is one of those colors that often does not stay yellow in soap, but here's hoping. Add our fragrance oil. And might as well add this right away because we've had to deal with everything else. And we'll get it mixed in. So far, that is a lovely yellow. And we will see if it actually stays that way. For anybody who is watching this who would like to know or is wanting to try making soap of their own, I need to caution you, you absolutely must wear gloves because you do not want this to hit your skin before it is finished saponifying. It does not feel very pleasant. Eye protection, another really good idea, because you do not want this splashing up into your eye. It is not good to have it splash up into your eye. I know a lady who makes soap professionally who had this happen, and she did not make soap for a while. She had to let her eye heal because, well, yeah, it might be called soap batter at this point, but it's not actually soap yet. Just like cookie dough isn't a cookie. It needs to be baked, and this needs to be saponified. Now, I do have my sleeves up. It is a better idea to have your sleeves down if you're going to be making soap. I have mine up only because I'm one of those funny people who can't have anything on my wrists while I'm working. So they're up around my elbows, but you can see I am wearing long sleeves. I just don't have them down. All right, there's the yellow in. A little bit of gold mica. And we mix up the orange. Fragrance oil. And mica. Again, my mica is mixed with batches from the oil, or oil from the full batch. So I'm not adding anything to it. I'm just replacing what I've already taken out. And we'll add just a little bit more, because we have with every other color. Scale aside and give it a stir. That's a beautiful orange. Can't believe how amazing this fragrance oil smells. I am completely in love with it. It's the first time I've used it. I just totally love it. All right, now this is going to be a little interesting because the other side isn't, or the other color is not set up completely yet, so I got to go slow. Beautiful. We get to work on the balance of the batter, which will be red. And then finally, I will put a gold mica drizzle on top and give it a bit of a swirl. All right, that's the rest of my batter. Add my fragrance oil. Add my mica. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this red turns out. I will be popping to gel this entire loaf so that I get the most brilliant color I can. Add a little more for good measure. What a lovely red. I'm liking how that's looking. Make sure I get all of the soap batter down in there. It was looking a little lopsided there in the mold, so I gave it a wee quick shake, and we'll get this red in. Do the same thing with this as I did with the orange. Just go very slow. It doesn't break through too much. All right, scrape the rest of it in. My scraper is not cooperating. I'm getting a lot of stuff left behind here. It's time for a new scraper. All right, good enough. Well, I will be completely impressed if that stays as red as it is right now. And if it does, I will be sold on these micas. There we are. And now to grab my mica drizzle, and I will be right back. All right, so here's my mica drizzle. Okay, it's just some olive oil and some shimmery gold mica. All right. Just give it some texture. All right, that's all I'm doing to it. I'm going to put this into the oven, let it pop, and we will see you in another 18 to 24 hours. It's usually about 18 for my soaps, but we'll see how it's doing at that point. I'm just going to clean up the sides, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, so I deleted the audio from the cutting section of this video, only because we had a house full of people at the time and there was a lot of noise in the background. But as you can see, this soap turned out absolutely beautiful. The yellow is gorgeous. The red is just stunning. I will add some photos at the end so that you can see it just a little bit slower, because as I always do, I sped up the cut portion of this video. So anyway, this is Leprechaun Blessings. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again the next time.